Hello everyone, welcome to the sheep's garden. Today I thought I'd do a short video to show how I was going with this, and it didn't really go anywhere. I could not make this into a ball winder. I think it's a bobbin winder for just putting threads on without this, because I've seen images on the internet now of this, and I think it's a bobbin winder, not a ball winder, and especially not a center pull ball winder. I definitely couldn't get it to do that. So what I did, since I wanted one, is I went and I bought one. I bought the KnitPro Mega Ball Winder in the natural wood, and so far I really like it. I've not used it an awful lot, and it has a bit of a learning curve, which I'll show. But the reason I bought it was I have been dyeing cotton. I bought some balls of cotton that I'm dyeing in my solar oven. I'll put a little video. And I'll also include some links of my other dyeing experiences with my solar oven down below. And so I bought some balls of cotton, and I put them into hanks, and then I've been dyeing them in my solar oven. So this is kind of what I get, and because they're in hanks, I want to be able to sell them actually in balls. So that's why I wanted a ball winder. I mean, I've always wanted a ball winder. I always think, it'd be great to be able to put my hand spun in balls as well as hanks. So I've got this, and I'm experimenting with these on my new ball winder. So I'm going to move the camera around so you can see how it works, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so this is the KnitPro Ball Winder. It has a clamp here so that you can secure it onto a table, which when I was using, just experimenting, it's not that necessary. I mean, I think it helps, but you don't always have to probably put it down. This elastic comes off, and they recommend that you take the elastic off when you're not using. You just pop it off, and it moves like that. Now, I realized why I couldn't get the bobbin winder to work was this does have this movement as it moves like that, but at the same time it also moves, this rotates around in the movement like that, which is really hard to see. I only saw it by focusing on the line there where you've got those grooves. And as you go around, they change into a vertical position. So it actually runs around like a little track with this elastic here. So, to give it a try, I've got my cotton on my Swift. Now, this Swift is very old. It was my grandfather's Swift. And it's a bit wobbly and has a habit of catching. It's not the best. And I also, when I put these into hanks, I use this to put them on, and I found it sometimes snags, so not the best. So now you put the yarn through there, and you just extend there. Now it says when you start to begin slowly, and I found it was easier to actually kind of hold the yarn down a bit so as you get it to start winding on towards the bottom, because if you just start going right away, it tends to slide up to the top. So I kind of hold it down at the bottom a bit just to get it going, and you just go slowly like that. I'm kind of sitting off to the side, so I'm kind of stretching my arm out a bit. So we'll just go like that, get it going. And then I realized also with the cotton, because it's not quite elastic and because this is quite fat, it helps to keep the tension quite tight so that it's, when you take it off, it's a firmer ball. Otherwise it can be really loose. This is makes a loose ball. So we'll just start slow. Now, I think I could probably go really fast, but I don't know if my Swift is going to allow me to go fast. I also have to kind of keep my string up a bit because it bits. You can snag on these bits here. So we'll just see how we go. See? Oops. And it seemed to me when I was playing with it, you need a pretty constant and steady flow. It needs to be, you don't want to be going fast, then going slow, then stopping, and I think consistent is the best way to get a good ball. But unfortunately, my Swift is not the best Swift. So if I realize that if I'm doing this and it's just not working very well, the one thing I can do is I can just take my time and put it into a ball, and then do it again if I have to. If it feels like it's just not making a nice enough ball. I think it's going okay. Oops. It's quite a relaxing process to just And as I say, it's a good way you can inspect your yarn as well as you're going through. So I just realized there's one of those little knots there. Again, Swift not behaving that well, but it is actually doing better this than the last one I did. The last one I did, it was stopping a lot. I think also this Swift might work better if I had it slightly lower, so it doesn't snag on the, I think it comes off easier because that's where it's snagging. It catches on the bottom. So I think if I have my Swift a bit lower, then it will come off easier. So I might have to try and fix it onto a chair or something on a stool and have it lower than the table. And it says also that these this ball winder can do, I think, almost half a kilo, 500 grams, I think, balls. I think that's what it says, which seems really large to me. I'm not too sure how it does that, but because this is only 100 grams and it's making a very large ball. And with my daughter we did some 200 grams and they were really big balls. Again, it could depend on how much tension you apply when you're doing it. Also, you feel this part. You can feel it getting heavier and harder to. I mean, it's great. It's really smooth and doesn't make any noise, but you can feel it getting slightly heavier as there's more yarn on the ball. And I'm not sure how that compares with the other ball winders, on the smaller ones that you see on the market. I don't know if that has the same. And also, this is a different movement, having this all horizontal as opposed to a little crank like the other ones have. There we go, we're almost finished. Oops. And there we go. And it just goes like that. And there you can see it just looks beautiful. And we just undo that bit there. Make sure so we don't lose the end. And it just slides right off. See that? And then I think you just kind of squish it a bit to get it to loosen a bit. And there we go. A beautiful ball and a center pull. So I think that looks really nice. So I hope you've enjoyed this little quick video to show how this works, and if you have any questions, just leave it in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Ciao!